Brothers and sisters, our tikki-selling angel, people still say that Lord Rama, Sita, and Lakshmana performed the Ramalila, or that the Ramalila was performed for them. Lord Rama was virtuous, obedient, and kind-hearted. Lakshmana was a bit hot-tempered. He would sometimes get into fights with, what do you call him, Parashurama, and sometimes he would even raise his bow and arrow against Bharata. And in Panchvati, when Shurpanakha, Ravana's sister, a Brahmin woman of the Dravidian caste, who was beautiful, saw these two, she was smitten by them and expressed her love. Lord Rama, however, politely declined, saying that he was already married, and told her to go to Lakshmana. It is said that Lakshman did not get married, but he was married. Lakshman was married. Who was Urmila? She was Lakshman's wife. That's not the point. Lakshman, in a fit of rage, seeing her beauty, cut off her nose. Is it permissible to raise a hand against a woman? It is forbidden in the Vedas. He did it anyway. She was expressing her love, expressing her prayers. When Gautam Buddha subdued Angulamal with his wisdom, Arjuna put the entire Kaurava army to sleep with his Mohini arrow, subduing them. So, Lakshman had no other option but to cut off Shurpanakha's nose to make her understand. What kind of madness was this? What was the consequence? Ravana was saddened, thinking that violating a woman's dignity in this way is not right. A woman is the embodiment of Adi Shakti, she is worshipped. Then he created various schemes, took Sita with him, and kept her in Ashoka Vatika, which we have already described. Sita was also saddened that Shurpanakha's nose was cut off. She was angry with Lakshman. When the deer was killed, Maricha called out, Lakshman, Lakshman. Sita said, go and save Rama. But Lakshman didn't go, so she used abusive words against him. That's when Lakshman drew the Lakshman Rekha. This means that Sita was unhappy with Lakshman. So, the point is, after the conquest of Lanka, how did the so-called divine being, referring to Rama, become suspicious that Sita was impure? Why was she subjected to the fire ordeal? He knew, didn't he? It seems like everyone thought that Ravana and Sita were in collusion. Maybe something happened, so he ordered the fire ordeal. When she emerged completely pure from the fire ordeal, she returned to Ayodhya, and life was going on peacefully. Then, based on the words of a washerman, whose wife had run away and then returned, Rama said, no, I'm not like that, I won't keep her. A case came before Rama. Rama was a king, wasn't he? He was just, wasn't he? To deliver justice to the washerman, he abandoned Sita, who was pregnant, in a desolate forest, to be eaten by lions and tigers. What a terrible blow it must have been for Sita. How heartbroken she must have been, crying inwardly, feeling so much pain and hatred towards Rama, seeing him as a butcher. If she hadn't been pregnant, Sita would have ended her life right there. Because she was pregnant, she didn't end her life, she didn't commit suicide, and she took refuge in Valmiki's ashram. And when, in the end, she was called back with her sons, Lava and Kush, she refused to go and ended her life. There was so much hatred, so much sorrow, so much suffering she endured. Just think how this so-called divine being, Rama, inflicted pain and suffering on a woman. Rama himself, saddened, took dual samadhi. What a burial! He didn't let anyone live in peace. Where did the Vedic mantras go? It seems to us that all the drama he created, the pain and suffering he inflicted on all the women, and even the men, who is responsible? The so-called divine being, isn't it? Therefore, the point is that we should worship women in a particular way. A woman is the embodiment of the primordial power, Adi Shakti. Her existence, dignity, respect, and image should never be harmed. This is our prayer. Jai Guru Gyan.
सब पुरुष को भी तकलीफ हुआ। इसका कारण कौन होता है? टिकी वाला ना होता है। अतः कहने का तात्पर्य है कि स्त्री का किस तरह से पूजा करना चाहिए। स्त्री साक्षात आदि शक्ति है, उसके अस्तित्व, गरिमा, मर्यादा और छवि को कभी भी ठेस नहीं पहुंचना चाहिए। यही हमारा प्रार्थना है। जय गुरु ज्ञान की।